Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Hugo Vilira, and today we're going to be talking about the company that I decided to interview today. And that company is called Status LLC. The company is currently located at La Plaza Mall. It has one location, and it's ran by a former Sprint employee, which I currently work at. His name is Alejandro Ramirez, and he also has a business partner who helped him get into this business, and his name is Antonio. I had the pleasure to get exclusive access with Alex and see the behind the scenes that goes on at Status. So let's go ahead and get started with this interview and some of the notes that I got to take away from Alex. So first and foremost, Alex is a 29-year-old self-made entrepreneur. He started his business life with Sprint, left Sprint, then came back as a store manager to Sprint. So he has some experience with operations and sales. So that's where he gets his background. So now let's talk a little bit about the actual business itself and the way it's structured. So Status is actually a resale business where people, Alex, locals, they take their very exclusive clothing and very exclusive sneakers and they turn it in or they sell them to Status for like a percentage of profit. The way this is done is you purchase stuff that comes out on certain days and certain times, and if you hit, you hit. If you miss, you don't get the shoe. Some of the price ranges that go from these limited shoes, you can resell them for a profit of $150, and you can resell them for a profit of $4,000. I've seen shoes go retail at $190. They make such a limited amount of shoes and they go for $4,000, and you can get these shoes exclusively at Status LLC. So the whole business model was built around a former business that they used to turn their own shoes in, where they were called consignment shoes. Basically, Alex and Tony were buying shoes from other people around the United States at a cheaper price and selling them inside this store that was located at La Plaza Mall and got put out of business because of Status. So Status basically took that business model and made it better for them, and it worked out. Right now, they're making an extremely grateful and generous amount of money at La Plaza Mall. I mean, their overhead cost is like $7,000, and they're making well over 15-20 grand a month in sales. That's profits. So they're doing pretty well for themselves right now. They also sell exclusive clothing such as Nike, Chanel. So I was also able to do a SWOT analysis on this business. I was able to be there for I think a week. I would go after work and hang out there and kind of see the operations and stuff like that. So let's get into the SWOT analysis. So one of the strengths that Status does have, and I'm going to be reading over my notes, is Status has a sneaker authenticator, because there is a lot of fake sneakers out there that people try to bring into the store and pass as real and try to make a profit of them. And obviously that's not the business model they want to go with. I mean, stores that have a similar concept to Status get put out of business because their reputation goes out as they resell fake sneakers for a high price. And that's one of the things you don't want to go in the books for going for when you're in this business. So one of the strengths obviously is Antonio is a sneaker authenticator and helps the company identify one of their sneakers they receive from people if they are fake in the retail industry. Selling fake sneakers have become more and more popular in recent years. Antonio took a course in the city of New York by a company called GOAT that also does sneaker reselling as a third-party website reseller, where buyers ship their shoes to GOAT and a team at GOAT passes them for real or fake. Once the sneaker gets verified, the shoe gets sent back to the buyer and the funds are released to the seller for a profit. Antonio has been a well-known sneaker verifier and authenticator online and has used the skill to help build the brand for Status. So let's go into the weaknesses now. The total overhead cost a month is just under 10,000. Like I said, it's like 7 grand. With just the rent, 7 grand. And then you have to take into account the cost to pay employees, the cost to operate the business. They're still remodeling. They're still putting in furnitures and all that good stuff. And yeah, the rent is $7,000 per month, including light and water. Status is also a store that has a high price for products due to their extremely low supply and high demand for limited sneakers. So people might be a little bit intimidated for their prices because sneakers do go up to $4,000 in their building, and to the average person, even a $375 Nike sneaker does not make sense for them. So that would be one of their weaknesses. Opportunities, on the other hand, the opportunities that Status faces in their business as it grows over time is that their shoes begin to be very trendy. During summer and holiday seasons, people tend to buy off of what currently is trending on social media and on reality TV. Internationals is also a big priority for Status. A lot of people from Mexico, I guess like South Americans, imports, people that come from other countries, they don't have these kind of sneakers available to them where they're at. So Status tends to capitalize on this. And I mean, you want to go back looking fresh, you want to look different. So that's their sales pitch to internationals. Another threat that they do have is they're going to have to face the threat of online retail suppliers, such as a company called StockX. And StockX is an online retailer that is dedicated to connecting the buyer and seller with a fee of 3%, which just went up to 7%. So that can be a good thing for Status. Selling on StockX is a little bit more expensive, and it's a little bit longer of a process. It takes around 2 to 3 weeks to receive your shoes. And in Status, you go in there, you like a shoe, they have your size, they'll give it right to you. So that's one of their business models. And StockX is also what sets the market for shoes at the end of the day. People go on there, depending on the supplies, depending on the demand, that's where the price is going to range at. So here are a little bit of, here's some facts about Status that Alex was able to give me. He didn't give me too much insight because a lot of these shops are trying to pop up more and more. So here are just some of the small facts. So right now, they do have a decentralized chain of command. So at the end of the day, the employee has the discretion to take a shoe in or sell a shoe out at a certain price. Right now, they do have 6 employees. They have 2 owners, 2 managers, and they also have 2 sales reps. So they're the ones that are dedicated to actually producing the numbers that they want to produce. So on their opening day, when they first opened up before the whole coronavirus pandemic, they had a total revenue of $15,000. Another great thing they do also is they also create clothing. So they have a limited edition clothing brand. It's called Status, same thing. And they have a sales pitch where it's very limited and it's great quality clothes. So when they release them, there's a line outside. So yeah, that concludes my interview. Status is also in the process of opening a second retail location across La Plaza Mall to capitalize on other vendors. So if you like my video, go ahead and leave a comment on the bottom, and thank y'all so much for your time.